I came to bring the pain.
Hello good people of YouTube, that way Treezy here, bringing you a video solution for the achievement that you get for beating boss survival on Metal Gear Solid HD. Now, it is pretty easy to be fair, because before you start you can choose which difficulty you want to put it on. Obviously most people will just bang it straight on easy, and you can choose between Raiden and Snake. Now, on that note, there's not actually any major difference, at all between the two besides appearance and the fact that Snake does a roll, whereas Raiden will do like a cartwheel as the evasive maneuver. But I just preferred Snake for this, to be honest. You need to defeat all the bosses of the game, a few little sub-bosses as well, in one run to unlock the achievement. Things to be aware of are that your health carries over to each consecutive battle, so obviously if you've been damaged in a battle, your health will remain the same for the next battle. There are items that you can pick up during the battles. As you can see here, there's ammo, stun grenades, ration available to pick up. So, you know, overall it is an easy achievement. The only troubling factors, I'd say, sometimes can be the controls, because obviously with this technically being, you know, quite an old game, most people will be used to the shooting styles of, you know, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Halo, whatever. But anyway, the battle with Olga, very easy, because obviously with the difficulty being set to easy, soldiers, bosses take a ton more damage than they do on hard mode. Excuse me. So with Olga, she hasn't got that many tricks up her sleeve. The only thing she does do is shoot the cover off of those laser sensors that it was covering to try and blind you. She also shoots the torchlight to blind Snake, but that can be shot out with the M9 anyway. The soldiers that was in the tanker, again, very easy. If you can, take them out with the M9, try and preserve a bit of pistol ammo, but like I said, you can pick up ammo anyway. Now, Fatman, that's quite a good quick way of taking him out, is just, you know, actually taking him out first before you even need to think about the bombs, because you are given like a whole minute to defuse the first bombs. Now, I've took the first bomb out and then I shot him again in the head to kind of sub-finish him, because if you leave him too long on the floor, he does get back up and carry on, you know, doing what he normally does. So I just knocked him down again before I froze the second bomb. Onto the battle with the Harrier. Again, very easy. It does take quite a bit of damage each time you hit it. Simple technique really, because obviously you do have to kill the Harrier with the stinger equipped. Obviously you use the lock-on feature. You just need to follow it around. If you're struggling to locate where it is, the radar in the corner does give an arrow to signal, well, as a symbol to the direction the Harrier is, because obviously it does fly around quite fast and whatnot. You can't lock onto it sometimes, like now for example, because it's jetting off into the distance, but little a little kind of blip of light will appear as it comes back into range of the stinger. So you know, always try and keep locked on and aware of where it is to fire some cheeky shots off at it. When little cutscenes like that kick in, because he's about to do some fancy attack, you can skip those. You know what I mean? I mean, they're only like a couple of seconds long anyway, but you know, just skip it, get yourself in position, get yourself back in the action, ready to do whatever it is you need to do. Because a key little thing in this battle, and especially for the harder difficulties, is abusing the invincibility you kind of unintentionally given when you jump over the rail. As you can see, for example here, when he starts bombarding me with those rockets, I don't take any damage as I'm jumping up and down the rail. The first time I was climbing back up off the rail, the rocket actually hit Snake in the back, you know what I mean, but doesn't do anything. As soon as he stops firing, you know what I mean, you got to take advantage and get as many stingers off into the Harrier as you can. If you are struggling for ammo or even rations, which you shouldn't be, to be honest, the invisible guy in the helicopter will throw more ammo down for you and items and whatnot. Onto the battle with Vamp. Again, still easy, but can be a little bit tricky if you're not entirely sure what you're doing. You know what I mean? He's a rapid guy, jumps, climbs around like a complete madman, and he's kind of got this like invincibility thing going on. When the kind of like red smoke appears around him, he can't be touched. This is the way I like to do it, is because I've got the stinger ammo to spare, and you probably will have the stinger with you in the campaign as well. It's just abusing with that, and as you can see there, even when he jumps into the water, you can still hit the water and damage his like sub health, which makes him come back out of the water quicker. So as soon as he does come out of the water, you want to hit him as quick as you can. He's kind of tough to hit as he's walking around the higher ledges, because by the time you try to lock onto him with the stinger, he's already thrown like a couple of his knives off at you. So play it patient, avoid the knives, and just wait for the right opportunity to strike again. Obviously his rotation here is like, he always likes to jump in the water, jump back out. Sometimes he'll jump to the same platform that Snake's on. Sometimes he'll jump up to the railings, but when his health gets low enough, he kind of starts getting a bit more psycho. And that's when I switch to the pistol, because he's jumping around very quickly, and you know what I mean, trying to lock him up with the stingers a bit daft really. He does start to pull out his kind of paralyzing knife. It's basically, he throws it to the ground and it gives off like this orange reflection, orange kind of light, and it freezes Snake to the spot, as you can see here. If he throws knives at you while you are stuck to the spot, all you need to basically do is just crouch after he throws the knives and they'll miss you. Shoot the knife itself to free yourself, and then when you get the opportunity, you need to try and shoot him when the red smoke's not around him, because as you can see here now, I'm trying to get him lined up for a shot. Did a tiny bit of damage there, but that shot that I got off there did really good damage. Somehow I only had one bullet left here because I've been wasting them a bit, but that was all I needed. If it comes to the case where you do need ammo for that stage, it does appear on the floor, on the same level that Snake was running around on. Now for this one, against the Tengu soldiers, don't bother with the stinger. I don't even know why I tried that. Um, it's pretty easy, but obviously with it being, with it obviously simulating. Oh, let me get my words together. With it copying the same style as it is as the campaign, you do have a decent number of enemies to get through here, and obviously you're by yourself as it's boss survival. But there's no rush. I know the time's there at the side of the screen, but all I do basically is just take my time, abuse a few of the enemies with the M9, kill a few of them with the pistol, stretch out of cover, like use the tiptoeing kind of feature to look over cover to get some of the guys on the higher ledges. And you might have noticed as well, I don't really want to use that ration at this stage. So if your health is in the critical area where it goes orange, if you just stand still, obviously without getting shot or shooting at people or crouch, it does regenerate back to blue. So that's always worth keeping in mind. You know, mainly for the campaign or situations where you just haven't even got a ration. But that does come in handy. Now, I try to reserve pistol ammo because a few of the Tengu soldiers do like to get close range, as you see there. And with the M9 being, you know, quite slow at firing, obviously it doesn't really do the trick when it comes to close range battles like that. And with not being Raiden, you don't have the sword to play with either. I can't remember if Raiden does actually get the sword during boss survival. He certainly does in the campaign anyway. But you know, it's not a big issue. The harder difficulties, yeah, the enemies do swarm a lot more, but it's not really important, to be honest. As you get to the last section of this battle, it kind of turns into like a baby horde, because it just stops progressing at the next section, and you've got like X amount of enemies to kill, knock out, or whatever, before the battle is won. And yeah, I mean, if you've got enough ammo, just, you know, spray and pray with your pistol, wipe them all out that way. But the stun grenades, for example, is not something that you're going to use that often in boss survival, if at all, to be fair. So I knew that I could just spam the stun grenades around this area, because obviously knocking them unconscious counts as, you know, killing them, eliminating them. So if you want to, you know, you can just do it that way. Pretty straightforward, just drop a few grenades on the ground and away they go. That's that section dealt with. The battle against the Metal Gear Rays, really easy. With it being on easy mode again, you only have to take out 3 of them. If that, to be fair. The trick is to hit the Metal Gear in the knee, left or right, doesn't matter. And then as it's kind of stunned, you hit it in the face, and that'll be the Metal Gear wiped out. Now the only reason I was hitting him in the face here was because I took too long at the beginning to take a shot, because I was trying to get my health back. So I've missed my opportunity in that case, especially with the harder difficulties, say for your run-throughs in the campaign. You only get that fraction, well, that bit of time to get one shot off, so sometimes you will just have to settle for the face shot. But again, you know, it's easy mode. That looked like I only had to take out 2.5 Metal Gear Rays. It's over before you know it, and you're onto this final battle against Solidus. Now, you've no swords here. There is another ration available in the corner. As you can see now, I've got 4 altogether, so it's pretty piss altogether. with Solidus, you've got to you just got to kind of tease him a bit. It doesn't come with an amazing range of attacks, really. Nothing supremely dangerous. All you need to do is just, every time you get close to him and you do get the opportunity to punch him, you'll be able to tell if it's a successful punch. But I think with it being on easy, he wasn't blocking anything at all. Like, when it's on harder difficulties, the only time he really takes damage is if you like kind of counter his attack. If he misses you with a swipe of his swords, or tries to hit you with his arm, and you hit him while he's still in the process of his attack, that's when you're allowed to do damage to him. But obviously, with it being on easy now, he just seemed to be taking damage like whenever, regardless of whether he was actually trying to attack me or not. Now, when his health gets low enough again, he changes slightly. He gets rid of his tentacles and goes for the more aggressive, up close and personal approach. Now, with his little dash attack, he's more aggressive with that as well, as he'll make like kind of free he'll make like 3 dashes and then go for an attack on you like that. And it's, you still just use the same method of waiting for him to miss his attacks and then lay into him with a few punches. The only time you can really get caught out in this battle is not knowing how long his attacks go on for, because sometimes he'll start his little combo with his swords, and you know what I mean, you'll think he's finished what he's doing. He's finished, you know, swinging his sword, and he's actually not, and you'll get hit. But again, easy stuff, nothing to worry about. And there you have it. Your achievement will pop at that point. Obviously, I'd already unlocked it. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. So I hope that video helps if anyone was struggling. Thanks for watching.